Obviously, you've got a week of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday before the fight, where you've got obligations, press conferences, weigh-ins, all those things. What goes through the mind now in the last couple of weeks, through your mind and your body?
Nothing really. I don't really think about the fight until it's on us. My most important thing is to get to the fight injury-free, not to get some stupid cut in sparring or injury at the last minute or catch COVID even. Or whatever there is to get to the fight injury-free, not to get some stupid cut in sparring or injury at the last minute or catch COVID even.
It is Monday, July 26th, 2021, and we are just beyond the weekend, which there was supposed to be a feature heavyweight championship third match between Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, and Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, slated for July 24th, this past Saturday. People are still at wit's end on what happened with this promotion. After going through quite the legal means of trying to get his opponent back in the ring for his contractually obligated third fight, Deontay Wilder had his sights set on revenge, and the boxing public had their sight set on seeing a fight that may have proved to be more highly competitive than the first two bouts put together. But Tyson Fury made certain that that would not take place. We have listened to the soundbite that found him discussing why a fight like that may not take place. It may have been due to injury, sustaining a cut, or catching COVID. How convenient. Because that's exactly what he decided to select as his option for not meeting the date. Yes, Fury, prior to pulling out of the fight, gave an interview and was asked what were his concerns leading up to the third fight. And he said it right on the microphone, right in front of cameras. He doesn't really worry about the fight until you get to that point when it's just before, days before. But the concern is sustaining a cut in sparring, or an injury, or pray tell, catch COVID. We are now beyond the fight date of which he did not meet, and he used the whole C-19 as an excuse to pull out of the fight, citing that there were personnel who had come in contact with this, and that allowed his camp to be shut down. Never mind the fact that reports were running rampant that he was not having the best of camps, and that the young talent that was brought in to assist him in preparation was getting the better of him. And not simply that, we're trying to offer him tidbits as to what to do. And we're talking about younger personnel who had come in and been brought in to assist with his preparation. All of this apparently is a sham by the Fury camp. 16 days to destruction is what we looked at. What was he going to do to allow himself to self-destruct and for this promotion to not take place? We witnessed a little of all of it. And given the fact that none of his personnel have come forward and rightfully say or claim to have come in contact with C-19, he still made certain that he wasn't going to meet that date. After seeing the history of this man, we now know that he is incapable of being trusted. He is incapable of showing ethic. He is incapable of abiding by rules and regulations. This man should be banned from the sport, ousted. We have seen this play before. Remember when he defeated Vladimir Klitschko and Klitschko sought a rematch opportunity. He allowed press conferences to take place, that being Mr. Fury. He allowed interviews. He even opened up camp to train. He had no intention of giving Vladimir an opportunity for redemption after being defeated. He even went so far as to get himself banished from the sport due to PED usage and drug usage. As I said, we've seen this before. Klitschko, on the other hand, decided to move on with his career. The thing about it, though, when you look back, it was an injury at that time that initially kicked off the delay in that rematch that was scheduled. Something to do with a bad ankle, twisting it while running or something like that. And I remember seeing that report, and I remember seeing the sham of a photograph that they showed a swollen ankle or a bruised ankle or something like that. And I'm like, a professional fighter doesn't sustain these type of injuries prior to big fights. And at that time I questioned, why would he do something like that and not go through with the fight? But I was not as versed on who he was as a person and as a fighter in the ring. To claim to be the best is to take on all challenges that come with the sport of boxing. Sometimes that might involve suffering a defeat. Sometimes it may involve suffering a knockdown and having to come back, sustaining some type of injury or cut during a fight, and to fight through and battle through. But when did it become regular nature for guys to just opt out of responsibility and obligation to face down what the challenges are when it comes down to the sport? Here we have it. And after all the money that people had invested in wanting to see this show, people wanting to set time slots aside and be able to attend, purchase tickets, rent hotels and vehicles and everything for what they thought was a monumental moment in the sport, and they had to be there. But Mr. Tyson Fury pulled it all out from under everyone's foot. He had no intention of making that date. Just as I don't believe he has any intent of making the renewed date for October 9th. Coming out of arbitration, he was told he has to either face Deontay Wilder in a rubber match or retire. I think his mind is made up. I think everything that he has done and shown us and spoken of have planted the seeds of what his actual mindset is, and that is to be evasive. Remember his Houdini quote, likening himself to the master escape artist. People think of Houdini as a magician, but at that time he was really noted as an escape artist. He can escape from contraptions and bondage and lockdowns, and that was his forte. But he also died under mysterious circumstances. Mr. Fury is one of a kind. He has shown us who he is. And as the great poet Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Hats off to Deontay Wilder, the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, and the class man and act he has been. But I do think this is a chapter of your career that you're just gonna have to take it on the chin from this one, because this man has no intention of meeting his obligations. And that is no slight to you, but it's a lesson for yourself and all of us about individuals like this. You don't give life to inanimate objects. You do not give chance to that which deserves none. Tyson Fury is a classless being. Yes, there are people who love him. He has family. Go to them, be with them, and get the hell off the boxing scene, because we don't need you or that of your ilk. The sport has taken enough black eyes, and we do not need more. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the LDBC, the Lions Den boxing community, and Liberated Perspective, the third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Leave comments. Let me know your thoughts. And peace until the next time we meet. Everyone, stay safe.